What's up guys, I'm Phoenix Master 1 and welcome back for some more Fire Emblem Heroes. So today we got CYL5 results, and in this video I'm basically going to be going over my opinion of them, what I think they might end up having as their weapon or as their outfit when they come out as a Choose Your Legends unit around like August or September. That's usually when Choose Your Legends happens, so I'll be going over that. I'll also be revealing my votes, which I haven't revealed so far. And let me know in the comments who did you vote for and how they placed and what is your reaction to the overall results of Choose Your Legends 5. And as per usual, whenever Choose Your Legends 5 is going to be happening as a banner, I'll be making in-depth analysis on these units. So if you're new here, do consider subscribing. And with that said, let us begin. So the first place is of Gatekeeper. I actually didn't expect that. I thought he would at least be on the second or, maybe fall off to third. I didn't think he would win with 72,000 votes. I think he's the second most voted character in the history of Choose Your Legends, only after Edelgard, I think. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know. I think Edelgard had like 74,000 and Gatekeeper ends up having 72,000, which is absolutely insane. Marth had 46,700 votes basically. Really didn't expect Gatekeeper to jump to the first position. He just won with a landslide here. Marianne actually coming on top with 33,000 votes, and Marianne actually coming on top on the first position, Eirika dropping to the second position, and Female Violet completely dropping to the third position. So the interim results do affect the end results in my opinion. It definitely shifts the perspective of many players and the voting habits basically. So I think interim results are a big factor in the final results. That's personally what I think. So Gatekeeper is really interesting. He's a non-playable character and he is never seen in combat. He's just seen in the monastery and that's pretty much it. However, in a Cipher art, he's shown wielding a lance. He does wield a lance in general, so if anything, it is pretty much logged that Gatekeeper is going to be a lance unit, I think. And he is going to be having a preferred skill. I really don't know what kind of preferred skill he would get. It's just up to them what kind of preferred skill they could make, but if I had to guess, because he's a Gatekeeper, he might have a preferred skill which is like a super obstruct that just disables Wings of Mercy or any kind of teleportation skills on the entire map. Maybe something like that. I don't really see him getting like too broken of a skill that is too useful in combat. I just see him getting some kind of support preferred skill. That's just me though. So that's Gatekeeper, gonna be a lance unit, so the blue unit is basically logged. Now when we come on to Marianne, she definitely has quite a bit of options. She could be a red unit with her preferred weapon Blood Gang, which is her relic. So that could have the dragon and cavalry effectiveness along with maybe something like distant counter. And then she could have a preferred skill in Beast Fang, which was basically the combat art for Blood Gang. So that could give her like adaptive damage or something like that. Basically a mixture of those things. I'm expecting that. But it's really hard to be a Sword Cavalier, especially when we have someone like Eliwood who's just so good in player phase. Or when it comes to tanking, Legendary Salif is there. But Marianne I think is definitely going to be pretty fast. So a Sword Cavalier is something that could be a thing, riding Dorte the horse. So that could happen to Marianne. She could also be a flying staff unit because I think they are saving the actual relics for the base version of the units. So I think normal Marianne might have Blood Gang and instead Brave Marianne might be a staff unit, a flying staff unit. So, I basically expect her to be either a cavalry unit or a flying unit. I don't really expect her to be like an infantry unit honestly, because she does have an affinity towards animals. She really loves her animals. So it has to be a Pegasus or a Dorte the horse, just has to be. So flying staff unit, cavalry staff unit, or a sword cavalier. Those are my guesses on Marianne. Blood Gang is definitely something which a lot of people want, so Marianne could be a potential red option. When we go on to Marth, Marth does have a couple of options honestly. He probably is not going to be a sword unit. I don't really see him being a sword unit yet again, because he already has like 3 versions of being a sword unit, and then he has got a duo version where he's a colorless unit. So I think there are a lot of possibilities. He could have his ancestor Andri's clothes basically. I think that would look really good on him, and he could have the Starlight Tome. He could be a colorless mage or even a green mage with Starlight Tome. So that could be a thing. He could even be like an axe unit by having the Lodestar costume from Warriors. That looks really badass. That looks actually pretty bulky costume that would fit an axe wielder in my opinion. So that could be an option. It kind of reminds me of his father, Cornelius. He also had this kind of bulky outfit from what I remember from the animation. So that could be a thing. Lodestar costume or Andre. Or he could also, you know, take some inspiration from his sister and maybe come with like Ohm Staff. Even though he cannot really wield Ohm Staff in the games, maybe a Staff Marth. That could be a thing, but it seems a bit unlikely for me because I think that Marianne might be the staff option here. So yeah, I think Marth might be a Tome unit with Starlight Tome. I would honestly love to see him with either the Lodestar costume being an axe unit or like with Andre's clothing with Starlight Tome. The Starlight Tome one is probably my favorite one. So I think that concept would be really good. For Eirika, I don't really see her being like inspired by Ephraim really because we already have a Lance unit. And in Gatekeeper, maybe she could have Axe. That could be a thing if she's being inspired by Ephraim. I don't really see her having Lance personally when Gatekeeper is right there for the blue color. So I think she might have a reference to one of her friends, maybe Tana, just riding a Pegasus as an inspiration to Tana with similar hairstyle to Tana. Or be inspired by Ines and have a bow. I kind of do ship her with Ines. A lot of people do ship her with Seth, but I personally ship her with Ines. So I would love if she's inspired by Ines. And it's basically from the ending of Ines and Eirika and ends up becoming a bow unit. Maybe a green bow unit or a colorless bow unit. You know, it's up to them. But I don't think she's going to be a blue unit especially, or even a red unit. I think the chances of those two are a bit slim. So those are my like concepts which I have in my head what they could use. So let me know what you think about these concepts, which one you would personally like to see on each of these characters. The most straightforward one here is probably Gatekeeper just being a Lance unit, maybe with the Gatekeeper outfit, but I could see him having like some other outfit just to celebrate this you know, occasion where he won. It's absolutely insane how a non-playable character who never appears in the battle won this. Of course, Veronica did win this before as well, but you know, she at least appears as an enemy. Gatekeeper just straight up never appears as an enemy. Or, of course, why would he appear as an enemy? Even as a ally, he doesn't really appear. So just goes to show you that good voice acting, a lot of loyal support can even make you win with a landslide against Mr. Fire Emblem himself, Marth. Wow. So the other things are just kind of unchanged from the interim results. Chrom being at the 3rd position, Byleth dropping to the 3rd position, male Byleth here, Bernadetta still going strong, female Corrin, Yuri, both male and female Robin at the 7th position. Henriette actually got an alt, surprisingly, on the Valentine banner. Dudu and Ash from the Blue Lions, Selif on the 10th position along with Tharja. And now I'll be showing you guys which characters I voted for in Choose Your Legends 5. Please be sure to let me know in the comments as well which characters you voted for in the comments. So as always, I try to hide my votes until the end of Choose Your Legends voting because I don't really want to influence voting in any kind of capacity, not even indirectly, so I don't really try to influence it in any case. So that's why I don't really reveal who I voted for until the end. And here are going to be my votes. So let us begin with the first one. If you have been on this channel for any amount of time, the first one should not be a surprise to you. It is of course Mercedes. Mercedes is my favorite Three Houses character, and she's one of my favorite Fire Emblem characters in general. So I really love how kind, compassionate she is, but she's never really compassionate, helpful, and kind at her own expense. That's what I really like. A lot of the kind characters really try to, you know, do good at the expense of themselves. But if you see some of her support, she will not be afraid to call you out if you do some nonsense. So I really like that about Mercedes. I really like how her character arc changes from pre-time skip to time skip, where time skip version, basically she's trying to pursue what makes her happy instead of doing what her assumed duty is because of her crest. So let's see where she plays actually. She plays on the 57th position. I think she dropped. I think last time she was at like 27 or 30. I might be remembering incorrectly, but Okay, here she is, right above Tiki. That's a big achievement actually. Tiki is just so popular, even above Ferdinand. Leonie, of course, is quite popular. Cordelia Leo, this is actually not that bad. Yeah, this is not that bad. Even above Zelgius, yeah, this is pretty good. So that is Mercedes, my first vote. The second day's vote. He's a character which I use a lot in FE actually, and he's my mascot of my free-to-play account basically. It is CYL5, of course. My boy CYL5 did come 10th, which is absolutely amazing. I really do like CYL5 quite a lot as a lord, and his legendary version was pretty amazing when it comes to his art, voice acting, and everything. And I couldn't be happier with the Divine Tearfang Weapon Refine. I would be really happy if he could get like a seasonal version, honestly. Top 10 placing for CYL5 is really good. And then my third day's vote for also a Yugdrawl character in Leaf. So Leaf unfortunately is not in like top 10. I find Leaf to be a very underrated lord, honestly, where he constantly has, you know, these issues where he self-doubts, and obviously he's not really as canonically strong as CYL5. You know, if his game does get translated, I think many people might actually really like Leaf. So he plays 63 here. Mercedes actually placed above Leaf. So that is something. Mercedes placing above a lord, but still a lord from, you know, Thracia 776. So that makes sense, but still, top 100 is pretty nice, honestly. And I hope that Leaf can get some kind of seasonal again. I think his legendary version is absolutely one of the best units in the game, but the normal version got a pretty meh weapon refine. So let's go over my fourth day's vote. It was Yuri. I like Yuri a lot as a character. In Cinder Shadows, he was basically my favorite Ashen Wolves. I would have liked if many of the attributes of Yuri were present in Claude, because Claude is usually called as a schemer, a tactician. But in like Ashen Wolf's story, Yuri is shown to have schemes of his own. So I really like that, and some of his supports are genuinely really heartwarming. Especially his support with Dorothea, I really like that. So I went for Yuri here. Ashen Wolves is still not in the game. Yuri did end up getting 6th, and this year we're definitely getting Ashen Wolves. I just know it. We are gonna be getting an Ashen Wolves banner. My 5th vote was actually to Marianne. Now to be honest, there's nothing against Byleth, but I just have a thing against Avatar characters. I think that Avatar characters, you know, sometimes can be pretty annoying, honestly, when it comes to the story building and overall plot of the game, and everything just revolves around them. Female Byleth is extremely popular, of course, but Marianne just has a better character development. Female Byleth doesn't really, you know, have much of a personality in my opinion. Again, it is just my opinion, but I just have a thing against Avatar characters, nothing personal. The only Avatar character which I would probably like is like maybe Robin. But yeah, not the biggest fans of Byleth in general, male or female. So I went for Marianne, really wanted her to get the 2nd position, and what you know, she came in the 1st position, so I'm really happy about Marianne. Honestly, one of my favorite characters from 3 houses as well. I did choose Golden Deer as my first house, so you know, Marianne was one of the first students that I got to use in 3 houses. So of course I really like Marianne. Her character arc from pre-time skip to time skip is just absolutely amazing, and the story with her crest, the paralogue that she had, it was really good. So Marianne got my vote, and then on the 6th day I voted for Zephyrin. I've been voting for Zephyrin for years now. Zephyrin did get an alt, but unfortunately it seems like he's just an odd recovery fodder for so many people. You know, odd recovery is a really good skill, but I would really like Zephyrin to get a mythic version, honestly. So I want to see where Zephyrin plays. Zephyrin usually is in like top 200 or something like that. He's not even in top 100. Okay, so let's see. Zephyrin 277. He didn't really get too many votes actually. I mean, he did get an alt, so it does make sense, but I would like him to get like a mythic version. He is above Anna and female Kana, Rinka. Okay. That's not too bad, I guess. Wait, Raedric got more votes than Zephyrin? What? Man, Thracia fans voting for Raedric. I easily thought Zephyrin would have more votes than at least someone like Raedric. Radiant Dawn Path of Radiance has been released outside of Japan, so he would at least have more votes than Raedric, but apparently not. Kaldori Leharan. Okay. Now, on the final day, I voted for someone who was battling with Gatekeeper. And that was not Marth, because I thought Marth would already get first position. He got second. But I voted for Chrom. Now, here's the thing. I never really went over what I think about the Gatekeeper situation, because I didn't really want to, like, fuel any kind of side when voting was still going on. Because, again, I don't want to influence anything. I like Gatekeeper a lot. He's a very wholesome character, and if you've seen my 3S's Let's Play, I do interact with him in every single chapter to see his perspective, and it's always a fun thing to do in Monastery to check out Gatekeeper's dialogue and what he says. But still, like, I thought because Gatekeeper is at the second position, even if he falls to the third position, he still has a place in FE confirmed, because there's absolutely no way a character could get top 10, let alone top 3 or top 5 and not be in FE. You know, the developers are definitely gonna do it. So I thought even if he drops to third position, he's still gonna be in FE regardless. So I thought Chrom would be pretty cool with his ancestor, Marth. They could have a Forging Bond conversation, maybe something like that. I thought that would be pretty cute, so that's why I went with my vote with Chrom. Not really salty that Gatekeeper won or anything like that. I mean, it's a popularity contest at the end of the day. People can vote whoever they want, and Gatekeeper just blew my mind, honestly. I never had idea that Gatekeeper was this popular. I always knew he was a fan favorite, you know, don't get me wrong, but this popular? 72,000 votes? Even getting more votes than Claude Dimitri, the actual lords? But yeah, I did try to vote for Chrom. Really would have liked if Chrom got in the second position, Marth got a preferred skill. But hey, you know, it's a popularity contest, no hard feelings. Gatekeeper won first. Definitely interested in seeing how they tackle him. What preferred skill would they actually give him? And would they actually show his face? That's the question. A lot of people think that we might get to see his face for the first time and maybe get some kind of background story on him or something like that. So I'm looking forward to that. It would be absurd to have him with like some kind of really broken preferred skill, like maybe Black Eagle rule or something like that. Garrick Mark rule? Come on, that would be insane. So that is going to be my votes for this year. I guess the best placing unit was Marianne and the worst placing unit was Saffron from my votes. Let me know about yours in the comments, and I'm really excited about this Choose Your Legends because I think they can definitely try to do a lot of things. I would love to see you know, Andre costume Marth with Starlight, Marianne with maybe Blood Gang, or you know, any kind of Flying Staff version. And Gatekeeper's preferred skill is going to be something that is going to be interesting to see what kind of thing he would have. So hope you all enjoyed this Choose Your Legends 5 coverage. It is still not ended, of course. As I said, whenever we get the trailer of that in August, I'll be covering that. I'll be on it. So again, subscribe for that. I want to thank all of my YouTube members for their constant support, and if you enjoyed, then please be sure to leave a like and a comment, and if you haven't already, then be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, because YouTube sub boxes show my videos as many times as the amount of votes the last placing units got in this Choose Your Legends. So that's it, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.